So, we all know what it feels like the first time you load into Star Citizen as a new player. You wake up in a dimly lit room, you look around, you have no idea where you are, who you are, what to do. You walk out and wonder, where is my ship? Today we are looking at how to get started in Star Citizen, as there is almost no direction or tutorial when you spawn into the game. We will cover all of the 4 spawn points you can pick as your home location. We will look at where to go once you load in, how to get your ship, where to buy weapons, where to buy armor, meds, etc, etc. Now, depending on where you set your home planet, this is one of the views you'll be greeted with. I will timestamp each of the locations as we go through so that you can skip to the relevant location if you've already picked your home planet, but if you haven't, then just watch all the way through and choose your favourite one from this video. Also, at the end we will quickly cover how to use the star map, how to use the quantum drive to get to other planets, and how to apply custom paints on your ships in the game. One more thing before we start. If you are brand new and don't know any of the controls in the game, to interact with objects, doors and all sorts of buttons, you need to hold down F to bring up your mouse cursor and then click. It's as simple as that. So let's jump straight into it with Area 18 on the planet Corp, as it's the most common one people seem to spawn at. When you wake up on Area 18, you'll find a dimly lit room that is fairly basic in its layout. As you leave your room, you will need to make your way along the corridors until you find this central elevator. Head to the ground floor and follow the walkways until you come out to this open area. From here you will need to head round to the right, but due to where the armor shop is situated on Area 18, I will really quickly touch on this now before we head to the spaceport, otherwise it might be a bit confusing. So Cubby Blast is your location on Area 18 to purchase weapons, ammo, armor, meds, everything you need basically. So if you head inside, you can try on the armor, you can look at the guns, purchase whatever you like the look of, as well as its ammo. And you could do all this via the item itself, so you can walk up to a piece of armor and click try on or purchase, or it's much easier just to pop to one of the computer terminals in the shop. Everything is listed on here. Now back to how you get to the spaceport. If you continue the way we were heading around this corner from the spawn, you will come into the next large open area. Look for the sign AC City Flights and head towards it. Go inside, down the stairs and straight into the tram station area. Get straight on the first shuttle you see, as this is the one that takes you straight to the spaceport, where you can rent a ship or spawn in one of your purchase ships. Once you arrive at the other side, head straight off of the shuttle through customs and you will find the computer screens here. This is how you spawn in your own purchased ships or rented ships if you've already rented them. If you haven't, in the corner of the room you'll find another computer screen, and that is where you can rent ships that you do not own. There are other places to buy in-game ships with in-game money, but we're going to touch on that in a different video. That is not for this video. This video is just about getting started and out into the universe. Now from here, all you need to do is go to your designated hangar via the transport elevators found just here around the corner, and Bob's your uncle, you found your ship. Now approach it, hop into the cockpit. I can't really give you a tutorial on this because every ship's different, but once you're inside, get into the pilot seat and press R on the keyboard. This will make your ship systems flight ready, meaning it will start the engines, get everything going, get the shields up and running. There's also a button in the game if you're not running on keyboard that you can touch manually, or you can map this to a button on a joystick or a controller, so the option's completely yours. Now you are ready to take off, but before you can leave the hangar you do need to contact the ATC to gain authorization. You can either use the in-game comm screen and click on the location name, which will hail the ATC at the location you are at, or you can press F1 to open up your Mobiglass, navigate to the comms tab, click friends and then hail them there instead, again by just clicking on the name of the station. The ATC will confirm the launch and you will see the hangar doors open. Hold space to lift off, press N to raise your landing gear and then W to fly straight forward. If you increase the scroll wheel up, this will increase your speed limiter so you can fly quicker, but obviously in a confined space, maybe take your time.
Would you like to know more?
Next up, we have Lorville on the planet Hurston. When you wake up on Lorville, you will find a very industrial looking room painted yellow. Upon exiting this room, you will find yourself in a long corridor on the upper levels with a nice window view of the city. Make your way to the end of the walkway away from the window and enter the elevator. Go down to the ground floor, and from here follow the walkway past the stinky poo pipe and turn left to reach the train station. However, before we get on the tram towards the spaceport, I would like to show you where you can buy the armour on this station. It is worth noting that the people in charge of Lorville are against the selling of weapons to citizens, and therefore there are no weapon shops here, or on the Hurston planet at all. You will instead have to head out to one of the outer space stations like L1 or a different planet altogether if you should desire a weapon that goes pew 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 in your hands. Anyway, if you turn right instead of left and follow this route towards the admin office, you will then come across some more signposts. Look for Tammany and Sons. So follow these signs, go down the stairs, keep going round, don't turn left here to where the M&V bar is, you want to just keep heading straight, and then to your right here is the store that you need with the clothing and the armour. Head inside and pick up what you like. It's the same process as we discussed on Area 18, so use the screens is a lot quicker. Now, back to where we left off at the tram station. Head inside, down the stairs, follow the signs for the spaceport, not the other signs, make sure you're going towards spaceport, and then board the tram. As mentioned before, all of these transport systems on all of the planets will have a map that will show you how to navigate the transport system if you get lost at all. Once you arrive at the other side, it's very much the same at every location. Head through the customs area and find the ship spawning terminal. All you need to do from here is pick your ship, spawn it in, and head towards the elevators that will take you to your assigned hangar. Just as a side note, as we are walking past it, I thought I'd mention it. If you were to go up these stairs here and around the corner, you would find the Lorville in-game ship shop, where you can buy ships for in-game money. Once you reach your hangar, the process is the same in all hangars across the verse. You simply get into your cockpit, make the ship flight ready, and then contact the ATC to open the doors. As we go through these different locations, I'm not going to keep explaining this last little segment of how to contact the ATC and take off, because it's going to get super repetitive. So if you do want to hear that, head back to the Area 18 part of the tutorial, where I specifically explain how to contact the ATC, how to take off, how to raise your landing gear, etc, etc.
Would you like to know more?
Next up is New Babbage, baby, and that's on the planet, I don't know why I said it like that. Next up is New Babbage, and that's on the planet of Microtech. Now when you wake up here, what you'll find is a nice clean looking room, painted silver and blue. Ooh. When you exit the room, you'll come to a balcony overlooking the city. Head around the corner and into the elevator and go to the lobby. Once you get down here, head out, chuck a right, go down the stairs that are in the middle of the room and follow the signage for the spaceport. Once you've located the spaceport platform, which is usually the one to the left from the spawn, hop onto the train and off you go towards the spaceport. From here, as per usual, go through the customs area, up the stairs, take a left, up the stairs again, and then to the right is the terminal room where you spawn all your ships. If you did want to rent a ship, by the way, the terminal here is across the way in the opposite room with the Pico Penguin plushies. Again, once you've picked your ship, the process is the same as the last two. Head to the hangar via the elevators that are right next to you, contact the ATC and take off. Now, if you are looking for the armor and the weapons on New Babbage, you need to head towards the commons area in the train stations. So jumping back to the platforms, you need to look for the one that says commons. You'll know when you've arrived at the commons, as it's the only location with purple lights in the station. Head up the stairs, and when you get to the top, you will come across a lovely, luscious, open green area with people working out and shops in each corner. How the rich live. Make your way behind the fountain and into the plaza. From here, you can take a right turn, which will take you to the shops where you can customize your ship upgrades, get a new jump drive, get a new cooling system, new shield generator, etc, etc. Or if you take a left, that is where you'll find your armor and your weapon stores. So if we head up these left stairs, you will immediately find a shop called Hurston Interstellar. Now unfortunately, this shop has not been officially opened in the game yet, so it is just a terminal on the wall. Can't really miss it, but I am super excited for when this shop does finally open. This is your armor shop on New Babbage, so go through the armors, pick what you like and purchase. Now onto the weapons. You need to keep going past the Hurston Interstellar shop and look for the sign that says Center Mass. When you go inside, try not to let the large weapons intimidate you. The small weapons can get the job done too. I swear they can. But if you keep walking towards the counter, on the left and right you will find terminal screens where you can purchase small arms weapons or large ship weapons.
Would you like to know more?
And finally, let's move on to Orison on the planet Crusader. When you wake up on Orison, you will see a lovely wooded room with green accents and plants. Almost looks like it's been designed by the station's local vegan. I just want to put on some nice running water sounds or the sound of like a gong going off every 5 minutes and then just smoke my pipe. Now what you're going to do here is head out of the door, chuck a right and head towards the elevator at the end of the room. Again, head down towards the lobby. When you reach the bottom, head out of the elevator, take a right and another immediate right, and this will take you straight out to the main complex with lovely luscious pink trees. This has to be the nicest looking station, I have to admit. I assume this is like Space Pink Blossom or something. Now over to your right is where you will find your shuttle to the spaceport, and to the left is where you'll find your armor and weapon shop. So to change things up a bit, we'll actually start with the armor shop this time. So we're going to head to the left, across this big bridge and towards the big sign that says Stratus. Once we've reached the top of the steps like Rocky, we're going to take another left and there's a big white doorway to go through. Go through this door and right in front of you, if you continue straight ahead and slightly to the right, you will find the weapon and armor shop. Sadly, there are not too many options here, but it will do. Once you've purchased your singular assault rifle and pistol, head back to the main complex and hop on the shuttle to the right hand side of where you spawned, and this will take you straight to the spaceport. Again, if you get lost at all, there's signs everywhere, just look for the one that says spaceport. Once you arrive, head up the stairs, hang slightly to the right and head straight into these elevators right here, and then select the floor that says August Dunlow Spaceport. Once you exit this elevator, go round to the right, through customs as per usual, and keep going straight up the stairs until you reach this duty-free-esque area with these plushies all over the place. Here we're going to chuck a right into this large concourse and then keep going round until you see all of the ship spawning screens. From here the process remains the same as the last 3 times. Spawn your ship, go to the elevators, go to the assigned hangar, get in your ship, contact ATC, take off, Bob's your uncle. I keep saying Bob's your uncle, he might not be your uncle. Now we have reached the end of the location tutorials, so we are going to touch on a few extra bits of information as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, such as the star map and the paints. Now the star map can be super confusing when you first see it, and just bear in mind that this is subject to change very soon with some very fast improvements. But for now, this is what we've got. So press F2 on your keyboard to bring up the Mobiglass straight onto the navigation screen. Hold down the right click and drag your mouse to be able to move around the planets in the screen. Scroll wheel to zoom in and out, and double left click to focus on the location you're currently looking at. Once you have somewhere you'd like to select, left click on it and then click set route at the top of the screen. Then all you need to do from here is go back to flying the ship, leave the atmosphere, if you're still planet side that is, press B, that's Bravo, on your keyboard and look towards where you're jumping by using the marker that should now have appeared. Once you're lined up, hold down B and engage your quantum drive. And finally, to finish this video, I wanted to briefly touch on how to change the paint of your in-game ship. So once you've purchased a paint, whether it's an in-game purchase in one of the stores or an online purchase on the RSI website for real money, simply press F1, go to the vehicle loadout manager and select the ship that you want to change the paint of, and then select the paint you want. Please note, however, that you have to be on the station where the paint is stored, which is usually your home station, and the ship you want to customize has to also be stored at your current location. So the best way to do this is once you've picked your home station, apply the paints straight to your vehicle then and there. And that is going to do us. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope this helped you out if you're a new player. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below what you think of Star Citizen, what your first experiences are like, and what's your favourite job to do in the game at the moment. What is your favourite gameplay loop? But until next time, I've been GFA. Peace.
Who's that?
Can't tell. He's in the mask again. Is it Gollum? Is it Gandalf?
Ask your friend.
Yeah, well you can ask your mum, cause I heard her screaming out last night. It's GFA. And we don't hydrate, we don't posture check, cause we want that cake.
For tiny hands.